So one of the big issues that a lot of people say when they're coming to fit our bushes, especially if it's a classic car, they've powder coated their arms. Obviously we recommend fitting a lot of our bushes with vice jaws, and they don't want to obviously damage powder coating, especially if they don't have a press or anything like that. So we've done a set of Polybush soft jaws, which are made in our polyurethane 85 grade, so they're still a little bit soft but hard enough so that you can crush up against it without damaging any paintwork or threads or anything like that. We've sunk in a magnet into the back of it here. These are obviously slightly used, but they do the same job. So they literally just come on, they magnetically clip onto the back here, so they stay nice and secure on the vise. And we sell them as a set, a pair here. It'll cover most vice jaws out there. They're all pretty universal. You can cut them down to what width you need them to be as well, so you know you can play about with them until it suits you best. But to give a couple of examples of what we would use them for, again, we use a lot of threaded bars for pullers when we fit bushes. So say this is too long, we want you to cut it down just so we don't damage the threads. We can obviously clamp it up in the mating faces, and we're not actually damaging anything on this bar here, whereas if we clamped it up actually in the vice jaws, we could easily damage them threads and not be able to get the nut up and down. So at that point, you know, it's strong enough now that we can get in and quite easily cut that without wobbling about anywhere. Another good example, we've got one here, which is, you know, a powder coated arm, something that you really don't want to damage because you spent all that time and money getting it nicely done. Say if you want to easily, you know, use some emery paper to polish up the end here. So on here, obviously it's all powder coated, but normally this would be a really nice smooth finish on this pin here. And what you would want to normally do is obviously, instead of trying to manually hold it, get two hands in it, but clamp it in a little bit further down. And then we can actually take two hands, we can get the emery paper on it and go across it, and it'll be a really nice, neat, consistent finish. And then obviously you've got no damage to the arm. It's really nice and secure in there. What more can you ask?